Hello, world. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, but we got to talk about it once again. Once again, Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua pushes Zhilei Zhang on Deontay Wilder to take out his trash again. Yes, yes, yes. I said it again. Many people were like, "Hey, what, Tay Jones? What are you talking about?" Well, if you paid attention to the last fight, you can clearly see some of the things that was leading up to this. Also, you can hear in different interviews things that was being said. Well, currently, as you know, it's being reported that Deontay possibly could face Zhilei Zhang, which is no problem with Deontay Wilder at all. He has been in contact talking to uh, the Sheik, which is Sheik Turkey. Have been talking to him and things of that nature, talking to the entertainment side of the Saudis over there. Um, been great talks back and forth. Like I said before, when people came to me asking me about Zhilei Zhang, I hadn't even had the name of Zhilei Zhang. Haven't even had his name. The only names that I had heard before people started mentioning Zhilei Zhang was definitely Philippe Horgovich and, of course, Andy Ruiz Jr. I did a short video on that a couple of days ago. I was telling you guys about, hey, you guys, that's what you hear, but that's not what I've been told. That's not the name that I've been hearing. Of course, we can always revisit this, and this time, it would really be this because Andy Fowler won't be in the picture. You know how the Saudis does business. I have mentioned in the past that the Saudis hasn't done business with, other entities outside of the fighters themselves. But things have changed because, of course, getting a better understanding of what's been going on, especially since I haven't been going live, since I haven't, really been uploading any videos and things of that nature, because I've been dealing with my own personal things that I have going on, right? But skills challenge is no longer. All right, you've seen people signing to skill challenge promotions. You've seen people talking about skills challenge. Of course, Usyk had signed to them. You had some other fighters over there as well. That skills challenge was putting up the money for different cars and things of that nature. Well, they're no longer in business. They actually joined forces, and some personal things that has been going on in that country has put that out of business. And I don't really want to talk too much about that because it's not my place. So coming along with the entertainment side with Sheik Turkey and things of that nature, they did ask, Frank Warren to uh, help show them how things are supposed to be ran. And that's, of course, what you've seen with the last card with the Day of Reckoning. Now, going forward, of course, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder was supposed to fight each other, right? Definitely was supposed to fight each other. But here's the thing about it. I know, well as Anthony Joshua and his team know, there was never in the contract that Deontay had to win a fight or Joshua had to win a fight in order for those two gentlemen to fight each other. It was never in the contract. Never in the contract. It was win, lose, or draw, right? Win, lose, or draw. But of course, I know that Eddie Hearn has been in Sheik Turkey ear. He has been talking and things of that nature, trying to persuade to get another fight, right? And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Whether or not Deontay Wilder won or lost, it shouldn't have mattered either way. Now they're both, with 3 losses, right? Um, Deontay Wilder didn't do anything that night. Wasn't a great performance at all. Some people say it looked like shit, and I will agree. But at the same time, I know what Deontay Wilder possesses. I know what he can do, right? And you don't always have a good night at the ring or at the gym in general. That's something that just naturally happens. It doesn't happen, right? Don't you just wasn't performing. And it could be things on the outside, but that's something that Deontay Wilder will correct and can get right. I truly believe. And I know for a fact that he will make it right and get it right. But with that being said, yes, it was supposed to be an announcement after both of those gentlemen fought. It didn't happen, right? Why it didn't happen, that part I have no clue of why it didn't happen. But one thing for sure and two things for certain. I do know that the knowledge of both of those guys potentially still fighting even after the loss of Deontay Wilder that night, particular on January 23rd, still could have taken place. That I know for sure. Well, I do know that Deontay is definitely upset because he feel as if he knew um, that he let Joshua get away because of this. He knew that they would use this as a way to slip out of not fighting at all. Um, and with that being said, I knew earlier in the week, which was like December 26th. I knew then that Anthony Joshua and his team was looking the other way, trying to go fight someone else. That's something that I know. Um, that's something that I personally know. Not making it up or anything. And that's something that I personally know. Well, his right hand man so happened to be on Twitter. And someone told me that, hey, they asked me if this is true. They sent me his page and asked me if this was true. I said, no, that's not true at all. What they was trying to do was sell the public a narrative of Deontay had to win, and selling Deontay selling the narrative and the notion that you got to see what the people with the checks do. Well, that's not how it all played out, because they still could have fought. Trust me, they could have fought. And trust me, all Anthony Joshua had to do was say yay or nay. But not advocating for Deontay at all, but this is the fight that the whole world wanted to see between those two. Yes, we know that Deontay Wilder been on the ring for nearly 2 years, racked up a win in 30 seconds over Robert Helenius, right? Many people say, he looked gun shy. He didn't have this or his defense. People blame Malik for whatever reason. People blamed everybody else that was involved, right? But nobody knows what they're talking about. That was solely on Deontay. He feels as if he let Joshua off the hook. Now, if you was there during the whole week, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. When they both made their grand arrivals, at first you can hear Joshua talking. At first you can hear him talking. And then later on, guess what? He just went to mumbling to where you can barely hear him. Now, if you know me, I've never said anything negative about Joshua. I don't have anything against him. I actually was rooting for Joshua. I actually believe that Joshua is still one of the best fighters in the heavyweight division. I also believe that Anthony Joshua could have beat Alexander Usyk. I actually had to fight going into the ninth round. I had to of the Alexander Usyk and Joshua first fight. I had to fight even at 4 apiece. That fight fell on Anthony Joshua. Even after the fight, I spoke to some representatives or some team members who was of Anthony Joshua, and he automatically knew his mistakes. He chose to go get another trainer, which he didn't have to do. All he had to do was build off what he was doing in those, rounds 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's all he had to do. But again, Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua. He has his own way of doing things. And again, I've never criticized Anthony Joshua. The only thing I've ever said about Anthony Joshua is that I questioned his heart. Other than that, I don't have a problem with Anthony Joshua. I think he's one of the best. But I'm saying all that to say this. I know that during that fight week, he went from talking to barely saying anything, and it would sound like it's up under his breath. Now, if you go look at an interview of Radio Raheem asked him specifically, if, or what about the fight with Deontay Wilder? And I want to say his response was he would be looking at going to get another belt, an interim belt from a fighter. That was with his words. And Radio Raheem said, so you mean to tell me that instead of fighting Deontay Wilder, you would go get an interim belt? Because we all know that Alexander Usyk holds all the belts besides the WBC, which is Tyson Fury's belt currently as of state right now. That was what Radio Raheem said. I just so happened to be standing right there. And I said, damn. I knew that same day that Joshua said that, I knew for a fact that they signed a contract to fight Deontay Wilder. But Anthony Joshua was still saying that, that fight with, the other guy for a belt would be more suitable for him. That's what Anthony Joshua said. I didn't say it. He said it. Radio Raheem got the interview. And I said, wow. I told Deontay never felt comfortable that Anthony Joshua was going to fight him anyway. So when we first got word of saying Zhilei Zhang was a possible opponent and he was going to be fighting on the same card, you want to know why that was said? Because Anthony Joshua was going to fight Zhilei Zhang. Yes, people will say, oh, yeah, they signed the contract. Yeah, we understand. But hey, how many times have they used Deontay Wilder's name? Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. How many times have they used his name? And you guys know well as I know that this fight has been brewing for so long. Now, this is not nothing that I'm making up. This is everything that has everything to do with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua sat there and said that, hey, and Radio Raheem said, so you wouldn't fight Deontay Wilder? You rather fight for a belt? And we all know Alexander Usyk holds 3 belts and Tyson Fury holds 1 belt and pretty much have a 2-fight deal, which means both of those guys are going to be tied up for the whole entire year. But you're going to get a secondary belt to put yourself in position instead of making and maximizing the opportunity of the money. But what they did was take the easy route to go fight Francis Ngannou. Now don't get it twisted. Francis Ngannou is a hell of a fighter. He's going to have his second professional fight against Anthony Joshua. I'm not a hater by any means. I'm glad that Anthony Joshua got that fight. But that's going to be an easy fight for Anthony Joshua. Hence, why is that an easy fight for Anthony Joshua? First of all, Fury, he looked the way he looked for 2 reasons. He couldn't cheat, and number 2, he didn't train, right? And then on top of that, Anthony Joshua, he understands what's at stake, and he's going to go in there and handle the job. Trust me, he probably knocks Ngannou out in probably 4 to 6 rounds, easy, right? Now, Ngannou has power, and of course, Ngannou believes that he touches Joshua, he's going to fall. It's not going to be that easy. No, despite how people feel about Anthony Joshua, that's not going to be that easy. Guys, you got to forgive me. I got people outside, moving right now, so they being very, very loud. But hey, what I am saying is this. They chose to go the easier route with a guy who's going on his second professional fight. Right? Now, if Anthony Joshua was smart, they could have maximized their money, meaning that both guys are from Africa. And trust me, I know that the Africans really, really want to pay for this fight. And they're willing to double down and maximize the money that the Saudis are paying for this fight. This is something that I know, right? But truthfully, they were going to fight Zhilei Zhang. Hence, why do you believe that? Why do you think that Anthony Joshua fought a southpaw? Normally, when you're going to fight a guy next, you fight a guy with a certain style, certain things that can, kind of be telling to who he's fighting next. But he fought a southpaw. He didn't fight a orthodox guy, a big puncher. No, he didn't do that. It didn't do that. And speaking with Deontay Wilder, when I first heard about the Zhilei Zhang, because I only had the names of Andy Ruiz and I only had the name of Filip Horgovic, and when I asked him, he said, yeah, you know what? I believe Anthony Joshua, if he wasn't going to fight me, he was going to fight Zhilei Zhang. So I'm probably going to end up fighting Zhilei Zhang. But that'll make good. That'll make good for a good fight. I need something like this. I need something to motivate me. I need to come. When I come back, I need to be motivated. Those are the words from Deontay Wilder. I said, damn, we got to take out this trash again. Because remember, they signed Luis Ortiz. Eddie Hearn and, Eddie Hearn signed Luis Ortiz. Never gave him an opportunity. He said, hey, listen, once we beat Klitschko, you step aside here, and then after we fight him, we'll give you a shot. Never happened. Never happened. But Deontay took out his trash to try to get that fight with Anthony Joshua. But I will tell you this now. Deontay Wilder is definitely tired of chasing Anthony Joshua. So guess what? That fight will probably never, ever happen now. And one thing the UK guys are known for, especially in the heavyweight division, of definitely aging you out and fighting you towards the end of your career to say that they beat you. Well, that's something that we've seen in the duration of the UK's, the Brits in the heavyweight division. That's something that we have seen before. And let alone Anthony Joshua told you that before. He told you, when I fight Deontay Wilder, he said, yeah, I'm going to fight him, but it's going to be on my time, and it's going to be in a position to where I win the fight. And he's sticking to those words. You can't hate him. You can't blame him for that either. But at the same time, people will give you every narrative to say that it was Deontay Wilder. Nah, not at all. Now check this. This was definitely his right-hand man. I peeped this and somebody sent it to me, right? And he said they was supposed to, announce the ring. That's what he was telling people. And I say, well, you think I don't know that? And so do you. It still can happen. And I was letting him know, hey, this still can happen. I want you to know that. But then he also said, so where's this narrative that my boys happy seeing a payday like that somewhat disappear? I'm just saying, let's see what the people writing the checks want. It's signed, so if they want it, they'll have it. There's not much to other than that. That's a lie. That's that's what someone wants to tell you when they don't want to tell you what's really going on. Guys, I'm gonna tell you everything that's going on. I got nothing to lie about. I'm gonna tell you everything that's going on. I ain't gonna cheap shot you. I'm gonna shoot you the real shit. This fight still could have happened. He said, bottom line is both fighters signed the contract. We have a date. So let's see what they say. If they want to put it on, then no, they have a contract in place. Nothing else. That's what he said, right? But check this out right here. I said, KD, stop your shit. Your boy Eddie already steering the ship the other way. That ain't no narrative. That's a fact. That can be heard around the world. Now, it makes me wonder what the Prince said was true. Now, I just got off the phone with the Prince. And he overheard Anthony Joshua, and you heard Deontay Wilder said himself. He overheard him and, Anthony Joshua and his people talking, saying that he was potentially going to retire had Deontay Wilder won. Now, that's just through the grapevine, and I don't think those people have any reason to lie. Think those people have any reason to lie? Now, I wasn't the first to say that. You heard Deontay Wilder say it first, and I'm repeating what he said because I also heard it as well. Now, this is the 30th. By this time, I had already knew that Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou was going to fight. He said, say less, my guy. I forget what the conversation was. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It started right here. The conversation started right here. It's two of the same things. I missed one of my slides, but we was talking about, he was talking about the WBC, right? He was talking about the WBC. And guys, you can go check the record. I have nothing to lie about. The tweets are still there. I'm not erasing anything. But we was talking about WBC. I said, no, actually, that's not how. I said Deontay was actually number one in the WBC for the last 3-4 years or something between those lines. I said, Then he said he shouldn't have spoken to the BBC because he don't understand it. Cool, no problem. I actually congratulated KD and his team. I said, congratulations. I forget exactly what I wrote, but I said congratulations. We know what you guys want to do. But then he tweets me and said, bro, if we both had won, you would have made this conversation act like it's your fault. No, I'm not. No. You're tweeting as if some things that's going on between Wilder and AJ when it was nothing because of them. We knew by December 30th that the fight with Francis Ngannou was going to take place. But he tells me I'm really in the rooms, really on the emails and Zooms, but it's all good. You seem to know more than I do. Obviously, I goddamn got to know more than you do, because how in the fuck did I know you was supposed to be fighting Francis Ngannou on the 30th and you sit here acting like, let's wait and see what the people with the checks do? Man, stop this shit, man. I knew what was going on. I knew exactly why Anthony Joshua fought a southpaw, because he was looking to go the other way and not fight Deontay Wilder. He said it before. He said it to Radio Raheem. Go check the interview. He wanted to fight a southpaw. So here we're out now with Deontay Wilder coming off a loss. Many people think he shouldn't fight Zhilei Zhang. I think this is the best fight for Deontay outside of an Andy Ruiz fight, outside of a Philippe Horgovich fight. To give people what they want. Zhilei Zhang, hey, now he's 40 years old. He holds a WBO secondary belt, and it's going to be a challenge. I think Deontay Wilder's up for the task. I think he has a lot to prove. And camp has already started. But guys, listen. We're taking out the trash again. It's time to take out the trash again. If you're with them, get on board. If you're not, stay on the other side. It's easy. With that being said, I'm out. Love, peace, happiness, and hello, world.
Before the paper, I knew they would say, and I knew by the looks on their faces. Niggas mad cause I did what they wouldn't do, say what I couldn't do. Look, bitch, I made it, I made it. Came a long way from the basement. Body on me, I ain't playing, y'all. These niggas ain't playing fair. If I would've known better, I'd do better. Took some mess and I learned from a new level. Bought some new shovels and some new stressors, and I'm ready for war like whoever. They counted me out, I can't count it all. Kill a nigga, I ball. I put them points on the board every time that I shoot, I'ma score, and you know I'm a dog. I'm really appalled, don't need no applause. I know I'm a legend, my name on the wall. First ranking with platinum, my second with gold. Did it independent, no deal at all. And they said it's impossible. Got them high cause I did them without them though. I'm the same nigga slept on the carpet floor. Even back then I knew that I'd be poppin', so I really ain't trippin'. I swear I ain't trippin'. I got in my feelings and got me a million. Couple people I thought would be with me, but they not, so it's fuck all them niggas. And then you next.